It's the JT Cho Show!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the JT Show Show. I'm your host JT. Today's January 23rd, 2022. And this is, I think, the 94th episode of the JT Show Show.
94.
Filming in a live location. We're in New Jersey.
Live.
With our boy Cut. How you doing, Cut?
I'm doing fantastic. We just had pizza from Brooklyn Square Pizza in Jackson, New Jersey.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
It was it's a 8.9 on the one bite Dave Portnoy pizza scale.
Yes.
Very good pizza.
Yeah. The owner was there. He talked to us a little bit. It was really cool.
It looks like Detroit style pizza because it is the squares, cheese on the bottom, soft on top, but the amount of air that they got in their crust and their dough, and then the fluffiness and that good texture of dough really deserved that 8.9. Lots happened over the week. Ate at some local diners here. Had a lot of pork roll.
A lot of pork roll.
A lot of beverages here.
So many beverages. I'm gonna go grab one right now. Actually,
I'll take my water when you're up. Lots happened, and I know today's Sunday. The rest of the divisional games are today. Kansas City plays Buffalo, and the Bucks play the Rams. Now I know I'm wearing this Packers hat. It's kind of one of those curses to where you're traveling and your team's in the playoffs, and so you wear all your Packers swag, including a Packers winter jacket. And at the end of the day, your team loses a game without letting the other team score on offense. So it was a tough loss. It was just a tough game to watch, especially of how it started. Aaron Rodgers driving on the field, getting it done with Devontae on the underhand throws, like the 10 yards, 13 yards.
it looks pretty good on a couple of drives there.
And then, AJ Dillon punching it in. I'm like, all right, 7-0. Our defense came through, but our special teams blew it. Some people were arguing that, this happened on this play, but special teams gave up 10 points. They kicked a field goal and they blocked the punt. Not saying if they wanted to return that field goal, their offense wanted to punch to the ticket in anyways, but as a Packers fan, that was demoralizing, and that deflated Lambeau Field crowd super fast. Overall, about next season, I'm just pushing it down deep and waiting. I'm not going to sit here and just read reports on Aaron Rodgers every other day and take his cryptic messages and things that he's saying. I'm just going to wait to see what happens. I did say the Packers were going to go 13-4 this year. To put that clip in at some point. I didn't think they'd get eliminated against San Francisco. But it's one of those tough losses to where, Cut went to sleep and I just watched a cooking show to make myself feel better.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats, and it's not like anyone had a really bad game. Aaron Rodgers was 20 for 29 with 225 yards, no interceptions, but also no touchdowns. Aaron Jones had 9 receptions for 129 yards. He averaged 14.3 a reception.
That was Aaron Rodgers' second career playoff game with no passing touchdowns.
Yeah, it's just wild. It was a weird game. It was very cold.
Very cold. Jimmy Garoppolo got his participation trophy for having a good defense and special team. You didn't bail him out.
Yeah, Garoppolo, let's see what his numbers were. 11 for 19, 131 yards, and an interception.
So if you're wondering how I feel for the rest of the playoffs, I'm officially going to be on the Rams bandwagon.
Ooh.
I hope Stafford somehow pushes through and they get their first Super Bowl. Kansas City, I don't want to see you get one. Low key, I would love to see a Rams-Bengals Super Bowl, but I think, maybe after today and after next week, the Bills, if the Bills play like they did last week, it's going to be tough to beat them.
The Bills, they look great.
They powerhouse last week.
Yeah, and Patriots had to go out some way. Might as well go out in a blaze of glory, and that was a blaze, not really glory.
Yeah, it was a blaze on one side.
Yeah, we didn't look good at all. I thought it was going to be, I was hoping for a little more wind than there was, because obviously when it's just ground game against ground game, we saw what happened earlier in the year. We just inched one out on them. But yeah, the first perfect offensive game in NFL history.
And
It's crazy. No punts, no kicks. The only drive that didn't score was the victory formation.
yeah, and the Packers game was completely not the best perfect offense game I've ever seen.
No, neither one of those teams looked really good. The defense on both sides looked pretty decent, though.
Yeah,
That Niners front four is immaculate, especially
they're
with
huge.
especially with
then
Bosa
Bosa.
there. Yeah, they're really good. That was the only reason why I was taking them in some of my bets. They ended up not panning out because some other shit didn't happen. But Niners were 5.5. They got plus 5.5, and they ended up winning. So
Yeah, we were discussing earlier. Aaron's basically, you got to talk to some administration people, probably the coach, does not want to do a rebuild. If there's a rebuild in Green Bay, they're going to dump all their assets. They're probably going to trade away Devontae at that point because they know they can't keep him long term, and they have to slap the franchise tag on him, which gets more expensive after every year. Aaron has 1 year option left, but I mean, he could retire if he really wanted to. But super sad evaluation over the whole thing, but you just can't fret on it. You've seen your team lose in the playoffs and lose before and not make it, but it's a long off season for the Packers and Packer fans.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's
first playoff loss as an owner.
Yeah, first playoff loss as an owner. It's gotta hit you.
Hit me hard. Yeah. What are your expectations for today's two games?
We got the Rams and the Bucks play the early game that starts here in a little bit.
3.
I think that one's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think the over under for that one's only in the mid 40s. I think it's like 45.5 or something. I think it's going to be fun to watch. Tom Brady with his super powerful offense going against Stafford with, the first time in his career, he's got like a real team built around him, even though it was built for someone else. Like he just stepped into the role and it ended up being a perfect fit for him.
Yep.
Obviously Cooper Kupp's going off. He's doing good things with Odell Beckham Jr. He's making all the plays and the defense is playing very well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough game. It could be, I think it's going to go one of two ways. I don't think it's going to be like a mid-scoring game. I don't think the final score is going to be like 20-24. It's either going to be like 36-40 or 13-10.
Yeah.
I think it goes one of two ways.
I mean, the Bucks, sometimes their defense really shows up and other times they just rely on their offense. But if you're going to beat Stafford, you got to bring some defense because, I mean, he's not the greatest quarterback in the world, but he can definitely get the ball where it needs to go at a very fast pace. He's been grinding for 12 seasons now, finally in the playoffs, finally got his first playoff win as along with Odell Beckham. If the Bucks win, they've got to utilize like everyone who's healthy. So you're going to have to just, pass the ball around. I don't know how well their run game's going to get established because Aaron Donald and that defense is pretty crazy. Von Miller, the cornerback, what's his name?
For
the Rams.
Ramsey, yeah.
Stellar pieces on their defense. So Tom Brady's going to have to do a lot of check downs, I'm guessing. I'm just joking. But I really hope I see the Rams win that game. The late game, Kansas City versus the Bills.
Bills, yeah. It's in Kansas City. It's going to be fairly cold, 33 degrees, what it's projected.
It basically, I mean, any temperature, the Bills are good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was that one game against the Patriots where the wind was going nuts, but neither side played very well through the air. So
if the Bills have their foot still on the gas and come out like they finished, then
that one's going to be a shootout. The over-under there is it's 54 points. So even Vegas is expecting a huge game.
I made the bet on Buffalo scoring the most points out of any team, out of all the 8 teams this weekend. So if they win during a high-scoring game, I still hit that little bet. But
it depends on what Brady does tonight. But
yeah,
we'll see.
We will see.
It's going to be a real interesting one. backtrack a little bit. How about Cincinnati knocking off the Titans?
Congratulations to Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon. Cincinnati's got some tremendous younger running backs. They've got pretty stellar no-name or tight ends because they're not big, huge people like Travis Kelce.
No, they're not household names.
Yeah, but they're still getting it done.
CJ
Uzma, yeah, I picked him up for fantasy a couple times. Got me.
Yeah, CJ Uzma had 7 receptions, 71 yards.
Yeah.
T. Higgins had a good game, 7 for 96. Jamar Chase had 5 for 109. That's insane. 5 for 109.
And Tennessee was another game where they sacked Joe Burrow 9 times, and they still won.
Yeah,
that's
why Joe ended up hitting his over for his
rushing yards.
Which is crazy because they were hitting the fuck out of him.
And then, which means he probably had a monstrous run that we missed when we were trying to find a seat somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
But I mean, first of all, everyone in Tennessee right now is just I've seen some Packer memes and some shit that make fun of the Packers, and it goes along with the sport. You know, I'm not a poor sport where someone sends me a meme. I'm like, you're fucking like, if I don't know you and you're not my boy and you're trying to talk shit, I'm coming at you. But, you know, if one of my friends, you know, lays a little friendly comment here, haha, that's a good joke, dude. Enjoy my misery, whatever. But Tennessee fans this morning were fucking burning Tannehill jerseys.
Oh, dude,
he threw 3
hilarious.
interceptions. They're like, I'm done with this motherfucker. He's garbage. A lot of people upset, fan-wise, fan base. Vrabel, the head coach, was trying to underplay the significance of all 3 turnovers for Tannehill. The funniest thing I saw about Tannehill was some Russian announcers covering the game were hysterically laughing after he threw his 3rd interception.
Wow.
So even the Russians know that it's hilarious when a quarterback throws 3 interceptions, let alone in a divisional playoff game when you're the number 1 seed. But hey, you know, again, I can't talk shit because my team was also the 1 seed, lost at home in the cold. Wisconsin did every fucking thing. It snowed. It was cold. It did everything in its powers to help that motherfucking team win. And we still didn't win.
So Jeffrey Simmons for the Bengals, for the Titans, he had a really good game. He had 7 tackles and assists and 3 sacks.
It's good.
And it wasn't enough. I was trying to think of who it was because someone sacked him twice in a row and it was him. That game was crazy. Sacks. Last second field goal for the dub too.
Yeah, both teams. What did I read? Both teams were knocked out. Both first rounds were knocked out. Last time that happened, I forget what year it is. It was the year that the Packers beat the number 1 seed, and I can't remember the AFC number 1 seed who lost, but the Patriots lost against the Jets that year in the first round.
Okay.
And then the Packers beat the 1st seed in the NFC.
What year was that? Was that 09?
Whatever year the Jets beat the Patriots in the first round of the playoffs.
Let's see.
But yeah, that was the last time that 2 number 1 seeds got knocked out in the first week that they were playing. And it's crazy too, because, you know, it's the 2nd year of the NFL rule change where only 1 team gets the bye week. So sometimes it's like, I don't know, would your team rather keep playing with the fire that it is, or how well did that rest week really help out any of those 2 teams, you know? Just didn't do it this year. So next week we'll go down to 2 teams and then the Pro Bowl, which who really watches that? And then you got the Super Bowl coming up.
Yeah, you're right. So it's 2010-11 season. The Jets beat the Patriots 28-21 and Green Bay beat Atlanta 48-21.
Yep.
Atlanta got bounced out as the 1 seed.
Yeah, that was the year the Packers won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, against Pittsburgh. That was a good game too.
Yeah, Antonio Brown. Yep, I was at Central watching that game. I made the paper. It was pretty fun.
Nice. That would have been my senior year of high school.
That was my junior year of Coolidge.
You're old.
Yep. What else do we want to talk about?
Playoffs. We got the games tonight. You have predictions for the games tonight?
I'm going Rams by 3.
Rams by 3.
And I'll go Buffalo by 10.
Buffalo by 10. Wow.
I'll go Buffalo by 10.
So I'm taking Buffalo. and I'm going to take the Bucks. And I'll take Buffalo by 4 and the Bucks by 7.
Okay.
I think we win by I think Brady wins by a whole tutty.
I mean,
I think it's going to be a good shootout, though. I think the hardcore prediction for the Bucks game. I think Brady marches down the field.
Tom Brady
and
specials it at the end.
puts himself in a position, but instead of kicking the field goal, he just tosses a touchdown right up the seam to Gronk.
QB sneak.
Right up the seam to Gronk, dude, for like a 22-yarder.
That'd be mad wild. That'd be super mad wild if that happened. It's like the old what team was it? There's a team in the MLB that couldn't sell tickets because they were bad. So they had this contest on like Fridays where one fan got to guess the player in the inning at which they would hit a grand slam and they would win $1 million.
Oh shit.
So that's just like picking that because it happened and the guy won her $1 million and it was crazy. But
wow.
She never been to a game before that happened either.
That's funny.
So like I feel like if that were to happen, then I don't know, someone give us some money, you know. Yeah, overall though, it really kills the mood to watch football when your team loses, you know.
It does. He was a little Debbie Downer after the game.
It wasn't too much of a Debbie Downer. I just needed
You were very quiet.
I needed time to
Very,
process.
very quiet, texting back all these people that were talking shit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I had to reply to a lot of people talking shit.
I was unfortunately I was at work when the Patriots got fucking
Whomped.
bounced, and I was wearing my jersey too, and everyone was talking shit at the bar. And
It's the worst.
the only comeback I had for him is what time do the Giants play this weekend? And then I'd be like,
Yeah, the word, I mean, most of it was just a bunch of razzing from people that I knew. There was one person who said, haha, Packers lost. And I was like, maybe your team can make the playoffs next year and win the number 1 seed to get knocked out first round and you can know how it feels. And he was like, dude, chill. I'm used to losing. And I was like, so you just thought you'd bring it to my plate? Like, don't bring it to my plate.
That's the way she goes, man.
Yeah. If you're wondering, this is Moose.
Oh yeah, making his first appearance on the
Oh, he didn't want to be on camera.
We talked about.
No. Moose is a dog cat.
Yeah, he is. He likes to sit up on top of the couch.
Yeah. It's pretty great. No, but Jersey's been fun. We mistakenly I flew into New York City.
Fucking LaGuardia.
Didn't even check. That's why my ticket was so cheap. So we had to drive through Brooklyn.
The heart of New York.
The heart of New York to get back to Jersey.
Driving through New York was pretty funny. I saw a Jordan on a center median on the highway. And I was like, hey, there's a Jordan out there. And then we kept going and there's a bum living like, a couple blocks away from it. And
a lot of trash.
A lot of trash.
A lot of garbage.
A lot of trash. A lot of construction that's not quite complete. A lot of scaffolding that's just kind of sitting there. It looks like it's just bolted in place, like it's going to be there forever.
Like I haven't been back to New York since 2008. And I forgot how compact everything is. But, we got into Jersey, immediately you got some pork roll. Really not so many typical like, oh, you can only get this in Jersey meals, but I ate at a lot of local diners. We had this one place, it had the biggest menu I've seen in my entire life.
It was big. It was like it wouldn't even fit on the screen.
It was like
it
if you had
big and like four pages front and back, and the font was about that big.
Like if you're from the 1950s and you rack that huge paper right before you put it in front of your face, and your wife starts interrupting you, so you fold it down and beat the shit out of her. Like that's how big that fucking paper was.
And they had a page of specials that wasn't even attached.
Yeah, and that was probably the worst meal I had, just because of how long that it took me to pick something to eat. Not the food was bad.
No, the food was.
It
really
just
good.
was. If Gordon Ramsay would have showed up to that restaurant, he would have been like, "There's too many fucking things."
Yeah, you need to cut this bitch up.
Enforce.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still have 15 different burritos on there, but just make it
That was they advertise outside that they have 250 different omelets.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it's crazy.
We also had like we were talking about earlier, we had Brooklyn Square, but we also had another pizza place called Pete and Elda's.
Pete and Elda's, yeah.
Pete and Elda's. They had a pizza challenge. And what I can do is I can throw like a little highlight of that in here if you'd like to see it. But it's basically an 18-inch, real thin crust pizza. You can do it with or without toppings, but if you eat a whole pie, you get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And your boy JT, it took him 8 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yeah, no, he crushed it. It was really fast. I figured he was going to be able to do it. I didn't think he'd do it that fast.
I just,
I underestimated it.
if I have to competitive eat, I have to do it like a competitive eater. Because if I sit there and take my time and eat like a normal human being, I can't eat as much as if I take my time on my meals, which I don't do because I'm a slob.
Yeah.
I eat way less. But when I'm just sitting there stuffing until I don't even know that I'm hitting max capacity, then I can eat forever. But that place was really good. We went to a couple local bars for their food. One of them was apparently got some really good wings. So we're probably gonna have that tonight.
Yeah, Broadway Bar and Grill, Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Shout out.
We went to, and here's what really threw off my vibe last night. We went to a bar.
Oh, River Rock.
River Rock. River Rock.
Wibblewobble.
Wait, yeah, fucking old boy from Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, Quipkey.
Howie Wallowitz. So we went to this place that kind of like a B-dubs, like TV wise, because they have projector screens and TVs everywhere, but it's a classier place to eat. Good food, good chicken wrap. We're watching the game just fine. They have a couple just a couple TVs playing the fights. But in my corner of the restaurant, there's one TV that was very close, and I'm wearing a fucking cheese head.
So and everyone sitting at our table was
watching the game.
Like the table was facing this way. We were all facing this way at the TV. Like everyone was looking.
And it's like Thanos came in, snapped his fingers. They switched the game, and
half of the TVs in the entire establishment just
switched. And then so
one of them was our TV.
Yeah, and it made a double switch. So I mean a single switch, and then we had to look at this one for a while. And then I had to be like, "Can I get the game on? Because look at me, I'm dressed ridiculous, and I want to watch."
He wore it from the head to tippy toe, dressed in Green Bay Packer green and yellow, and he had his cheese hat on. And the one TV we were watching, they decided to switch it.
Yeah.
And then I went to the bathroom, and out of nowhere, they shifted all the tables.
They cleared
an entire area of the place and started bumping this music, like this like trap EDM music, and it just became a nightclub in the matter of minutes.
The second song they played was "Fly Like a G6," and I was like, "This is not any of that."
So we didn't get any of the game audio for the entire third quarter.
Yeah, it was only like a 5-minute drive, so we were able to make it back here at the start of the fourth quarter. But that killed the ambiance, the mood,
killed the vibe. That's why the Packers lost.
Probably because we left the bar that they were winning at.
That's what it was.
But that was a huge Debbie Downer. That was you're just trying to watch a game.
Yeah.
Listen to Joe Buck say some dumb shit so you can get mad, and couldn't even do that. So I had to just find a random stranger lurking the roads at night and take all my anger out on him with the vehicle.
Yeah, that was rough that they changed all that shit up on us.
That's okay.
It's NFL playoffs. Like I understand you guys got to change to a nightclub at some point, but don't be switching the TVs on us.
Not even 10 o'clock yet.
It wasn't even 10 o'clock. It was 20 minutes prior.
Yeah. And then what was it? One of the first places we ate at right off the airport was that bagel shop.
Delicious bagels.
Jalapeno cream fraiche, pork roll, delicious,
and an egg everything bagel untoasted.
Yeah, really good bagels, really fresh. We were talking about this, but yeah, I understand that Jersey and New York and East Coast got a bunch of bagels. Why are they so expensive everywhere else, man? Bagels are like $1 out here, man.
Yeah,
75
really
cents in some places.
Specialty bagels are real cheap. You can get an egg everything bagel just by itself for like $1.50.
And in Michigan, that's like $9. If you ordered like a sandwich back in Michigan, like a bagel sandwich, even the steak and bagel at McDonald's when they used to have that on the menu, that was like a $5 sandwich.
Yeah, the only expensive ones out here is if you get lox on them, and that's just like the fresh salmon or whatever.
Not a huge fan of salmon.
It's pretty good. I tried it one time, and it's really good fresh. I ate half of it, and I was like, "Oh, I'll save the other half for later." Not thinking it's the fresh salmon. Wasn't even thinking about it. It was gross later on in the day, but those can run about $9 to $12 depending on what all you get on it.
I'm just not a big fish guy for the breakfast.
I think it's okay every once in a while. I don't crave it ever, but sometimes if it's on the menu, I look at it and I go, give it a shot.
Yeah.
I can do it. You know what I do? Like there's a place in California just closed down. Awful Lands. And they used to have a crab cake Benedict. And it was just like a normal ass eggs Benedict with like the over easy egg and the English muffin and the sauce, the hollandaise sauce. But underneath the egg, there was a crab cake. Delicious. Added a little avocado free shavacado on there.
Yeah,
Delicious.
big fan of avocado toast.
It's like a $17 plate though.
So expensive.
Yeah, it was really good though. That place is good.
Yeah,
Not around anymore. Closed down because of COVID.
sad.
Yeah.
We're still living through COVID.
Yeah.
Sad.
Thriving through COVID.
Yep, that's all you can do. Get vaccinated, stay unvaccinated. It's your fucking choice. I'm not the government.
Yeah,
You
know
can do what you want.
is you do whatever the fuck you want.
And leave me alone. That's it.
Don't worry about anyone else.
I'm on your computer, okay? Don't come into my house. Okay, I don't care. That's my whole philosophy in life. You can do whatever you want. Just get the fuck off my front lawn.
What else we do out here? Had a little party that was fun. Had a bunch of green tea shots.
Little birthday shindig.
Yeah, a little birthday shindig for
the lady.
Christopher in the other room. Made some tacos that day. Tacos turned out very well.
Taco day is always a good day. Cut makes caliente.
Yeah,
they're good. They're so
good
good.
tacos.
They're
That's the one thing I make that I'm like, yeah, that's
It's
fine.
the one thing where you overeat and you don't feel bad about overeating. It's
yeah.
vacation, you know.
And then it makes good for breakfast tacos in the morning. Do the same exact setup. Just throw a fried egg on it too.
Play a little 2K.
A little 2K. I got my ass whooped a little bit there.
And then he paid me back on blacktop.
Yeah. I'm just a better street baller. It's no big deal.
And then you know, not really played a whole lot of games, but you know, that's what we do back home. When you catch me on the stream, that's at twitch.tv/JTFJPL. Selfless plug. But you know, Monday night I get home and I'll definitely jump on the old Xbox.
Oh yeah, I'll be on.
Play some Apex.
Yeah, I've been itching to play some Apex. I guess they're having a whole new event right now.
Yeah, I think it'll be a week. I think the event goes until the season's over almost.
Oh, I did want to talk about the NCAA football game.
Oh, the new one coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's the game I'll probably buy, like the special edition for it. Like the one that comes with VC or whatever they're gonna want to fucking charge you for.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who wants a 65 quarterback to start out when you can just buy him for? You know, I'm not suggesting that that's what you do because it takes the grind out of it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna take that player and make him a 4-year starter.
Oh yeah, 100%. You're going quarterback, right?
100%.
Yeah, you got to go quarterback.
And I don't even play with like the university that I want to at most to start with. Sometimes I'll go drafted. And you know, you take off because the last one, 2014, you could play your high schools. However you do in the high school is where you get drafted. If you do really well, you go to the big schools, big Power 5 conferences. If you don't do so good, you know, you can end up at like TCU or like Central Michigan. So I
got the contract right here. EA Sports is getting the license for a college football video game. The license is good for 4 years, starting July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2027.
So not a new game.
So that's going to cover
year.
4 titles, 24, 25, 26, and 27.
Oof.
So it's not going to come out until summer 23. Yeah.
Yeah, probably a month before the college season starts.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. That's going to be a fucking fun game to play.
But they're probably already working on it.
Oh, I guarantee you, they probably have most of the mechanics down already. They're just waiting for the new Madden shit to come out.
Just don't make it like Madden.
I don't mind the Madden gameplay, because I mean that's basically what the old NCAA games were. Like NCAA 14 was basically the engine for Madden 13.
But it was better.
That's well because it was college.
Hmm.
Like the mechanics were exactly the same as the older Madden game.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they didn't change.
EA kept them very close, where you could take your EA guy and draft him into the game.
That was the dopest part about it, is you can do your like little my career in NCAA, win the Heisman all 4 years, championships all 4 years, then get drafted first overall to the shittiest team in Madden.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to try to incorporate something along those lines in this game too, because especially the way like, you know, shit's all set up and you can just play games online and shit. There's no way they're not going to not be able to let you. I guarantee that's probably going to be a feature from probably year one.
Yeah.
You know, like hit the transfer portal but you know, some new features. Is your character going to focus more on NFTs? What's the storyline going to be?
You know what I think would be cool, because you know how before you gotta pick like what type of quarterback you want to, like pocket passer, balance, scrambler, stuff like that. I think it'd be cool if they brought back that old thing from Madden where you got to pick your you get like 3 choices between your set of parents. Like your dad would be like an Olympic weightlifter, your mom's an Olympic sprinter. One of them was like your dad's a bowler or something like that. Like there were some weird things, but your attributes, your day one attributes started off of those. So like if your mom was like, if your dad was an Olympic sprinter.
That was for Madden, right?
Yeah, it was for Madden. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if they brought that back for like the college shit. And so like if both your parents are like Olympic sprinters.
My dad was 6'8", 245.
Yeah, you go into college day one with like 4'2", 40. Like you're just fast as shit, but you're weak as hell.
My dad was an Olympic basketball player, and my mom was an Olympic swimmer.
It'd be cool if they brought that for like specialty positions. Like you're just like a Devin Hester. All you do is return kicks, or you're a kicker.
You just make a punter.
Yeah,
and you just burn through the year.
That'd be sick. That'd be fun. I'd do a whole 20 years as a punter.
And then you just transfer them to NFL real quick, and then you punting.
Yeah, just punting.
That's it. And then one game in your 20-year career, you get to throw one.
Yeah, they do like a fake, and you just throw up a bomb. Like you've been like all your off season, you've just been working on arm strength. You already got your leg accuracy fucking maxed out.
And then one day they're
just waiting on that one arm strength, and you just throw a fucking bomb.
Yeah, one fake punt. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's Pat McAfee's dream.
One passing touchdown in the NFL as a punter would be sick. Especially not getting your ball blocked in your own goal line and having the other team return it because it was in the air so fucking long nobody could find it.
Man, what if you did? What if like your dad was like an NFL punter, but your mom was an Olympic sprinter? So you could just do like fake runs all the time. So you'd have like 4.4 speed, but you're just like.
The thing is though, the NFL is so fast.
It is very fast. Yeah, 4.4 is not that fast.
4.4 is that fast, but
it's not
4.6 is angles and.
I mean, Wes Welker ran a 4.4.
Yeah, it's all about the angles and the.
Yeah. It's all about being shifty. Oh, he's back from outer space.
He's back from outer space. Moose is a funny dog.
Yeah, NCAA is going to be a good one. There was another good game coming out. It's the Harry Potter one, the Hogwarts one.
That's no longer coming out.
They discontinued it.
Mm-hmm.
It's no more.
So the Harry Potter RPG was originally coming out, but they all pulled out because they said the longevity of the game. No one's going to play it, so they're scratched on it.
3 days ago, they just released a window. Hogwarts Legacy.
I would type in canceled.
That was 3 days ago.
I don't know. I read somewhere that it was canceled.
That was an old one, canceled in the early 2000s.
January 1st, 2023.
That's when this was written.
Yeah, maybe I misread it.
Will there be Harry Potter RPG?
Oh, okay. So
yeah, 2022 is the.
I misread a different article then. So,
anyways, that game's gonna be sick because they're gonna do. It's like 1,000 years in the past from like the Harry Potter stuff.
So no boy wonder.
Yeah, no boy wonder. None of that going on. No,
there'll probably be some fucking Weasleys though.
Yeah, well, the cool thing is it's going to be kind of like the Jedi game where you get to pick if you're going to be good or bad, and then you learn like different techniques and shit going through it.
Well, I wonder if they're going to let you choose your houses or if you can just sorting hat it.
I assume they're going to sorting hat, but there's probably going to be a list of questions that they ask you like on your way there.
Would you hit your mother, hug your mother, kill your mother, or slap her?
Watch your mother die.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to watch her die. Gryffindor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to Gryffindor. It's kind of another fucking Weasley.
I mean, dude, what if they link it to that online thing, and they're like, whatever house you get on the online test, it takes like 20 minutes to do. That's the house you're going to be in.
I would doctor my answers.
I think when I did mine initially, I was Slytherin, but that doesn't really fucking surprise me.
Yeah,
I could see you being fucking Hufflepuff.
Nah, I'm another Weasley, dude. Another ginger in the Gryffindor house.
Dude, you're just Hufflepuff.
There's the one game coming out. It might be this year. It's made by the creators of that game that Gary likes, Borderlands.
Okay.
But it's like the Borderland Magic game coming out where like you have different. It's going to be multiplayer. It's going to be online, but it's like someone's mystical fucking world. it's a tough Google. I don't know exactly what it's called, but in the future, Pinocchio looks like a sick game, and that doesn't come out till 2023.
Interesting. I haven't even seen that one.
It's like I think it's called Pinocchio's Lies or something like that.
Okay.
But the animation, it looks beautiful. It's made for next gen. It's not made for current gen. And it looks pretty incredible.
Rugby 2022 releases January 27th. Pre-order today.
Sick. Earl.
What day is today, isn't it? Are we in January?
It's not the 27th.
It's in like a week, huh?
Yeah. I'll have to tell Earl about that.
Is he a big? Oh yeah, he is a big rugby guy.
He played some college club rugby.
Collegiate club.
Yeah, I just can't think of what that one's called.
These are all the games coming out next month.
Yeah.
Nothing super interesting. That looks like something you'd play. Unbound.
I do play those games.
Yeah, we'll say. Ooh, an Avatar. Oh, it's a tabletop game. It's a board game.
Hey, I do get down with board games. Quick little current game I'm on, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So much to do in that game. We saw a pretty cool Easter egg involving Harry Potter. Really won't ruin it, but there's a Harry Potter piece in Assassin's Creed. So if you want to ruin it and Google it, go ahead. But it's just one of those games where someone was just randomly at some place on this big ass map and saw some shit and knew some shit and looked up some shit and Googled some shit, and then he found some shit. And it happened to be relating to Harry Potter, so it's pretty cool. But overall, the skill tree is so huge. It's the biggest skill tree I've seen in a minute. Like, I'm sure there's probably others that are bigger, but I haven't done a deep dive because it's one of those skill trees where you can reset everything or reset abilities, period. So, if I complete a sick armor set, I might take off all of one section that gives, you hit, bear armor +2, but then switch that all over to wolf if you get a sick ass wolf armor, because why have stats on bear armor if you're never going to use it?
True.
The finishers for the game are sick. I really like when you pick up other people's weapons and kill them with it, especially the two-handed battle axe.
I like doing it with the spears.
Oh yeah,
you rip the spear out of their hand, you throw it behind them, and then you lift them up and just toss them onto it.
That one's dope.
Yeah, that one's crazy. I did that the first day I was playing it. I did that, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Some of the abilities for skill trees, one I really like is you can switch your primary and secondary by holding. Yeah, and because sometimes my battle axe is way faster than the hammer, but the hammer does some work. The stomping capabilities and the combat fighting, and once you start unlocking things and getting your guy more powerful, you can just start, like, sometimes you're just like, I don't even feel like sneaking through this village. I'm just gonna run up to that guy, kill him really fast, and get this all over with.
Yeah, depending on where you're at, you can just mow through people at a certain point.
Yeah, and then there's also, you can meditate, change it from night to day. So if you don't want to get caught and make it easier, you can sneak in there at nighttime. They can't see you from as far as away because it's all dark outside. Overall, though, game's pretty cool so far. I got a long way to go. I'm probably 10, 11, 12 hours in, and I've got another 68 probably before I beat it, to a point where I'm like, I'm done. But it's a huge game. It's like 117
gigs. Yeah, it is a
gigs.
huge game. I'm gonna have to re-download it. I tried to return it, but I played it too much. It was way too similar to Odyssey.
Yeah.
Just like mechanically, story-wise, it's completely fucking different. But mechanically, it was basically the same game.
Yeah, I mean, at least they've evolved to that now. Where
I feel like every like 3 games.
They change
every 3-4 games they change up the mechanics on it, which is cool.
Yeah, but then when you play Rockstar, you're just still using that wheel.
Yeah, there's always the wheel.
I don't mind the wheel. It's just been there forever.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind an updated
different wheel,
Yeah, something
maybe the D-pad,
a little scrolling thing, maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe some quick scrolls. I don't know.
Maybe like once we're integrated with a chip in our head, we can blink twice.
We'll just think about it.
Yeah, think about what we need.
Battle axe left hand. Boom.
Yeah. Now, if that was real, if that right there was real, I'm definitely putting the chip in my head. I don't care if the government runs ads and that shit. But that's probably the only reason why. Okay.
I think after the first like 2 waves of people get that chip in their head, I think I'll sign up for the third.
I think I'll forever be old on this and say I don't want it.
I think I'll do it. I think I'll as soon as it becomes safe. Like obviously there's gonna be some hiccups the first couple rounds, but and if it becomes available to me,
I don't think I'll do
Alright.
it just because I don't know. It's weird. There's already too many thoughts racing around in my mind all day, anyways. This could fix it though.
it could, or it could make it worse.
It could make it worse. Or like you don't pay your bill, so like
They just shut you down.
no, they just remind you, hey, you should pay
Oh
your bill.
Jesus!
I'm pretty
It's just-
hungry. You should
You
pay
used
your
to
bill.
always get reminded.
Hey, how do I make that pork? How do I make that pork roll sandwich? You should pay your bill first. Oh, no, I need the
Like, no, I need gas.
I need
Like, no, pay
instruction.
your bill.
No, pay your bill. Yeah, I don't know. It's scary. People messing around your brain just so you can have Google in your eyeballs. But I mean, we're already getting to a state so advanced that Google, smartphones, they can translate real time conversations with people from foreign languages and then translates into your ear. I mean, so we're already moving in that direction anyways. The Rams and Bucks game just started. They're 2 minutes in.
Yeah, just started. Looking like the Bucks started with the ball.
Yeah, nice sunny day here in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's football weather.
Yeah.
It's always football weather. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Leonard Fournette getting a little love.
Yeah. Got some decent bets today. I took the over with a bunch of stuff. I'm looking for Brady to have at least 3 touchdowns, and I need Leonard Fournette to score. It'd be a nice little payout for me. So
I just have the Rams, so I want the Rams to win for sure.
I wouldn't mind if the Rams won, to be completely honest.
Right.
I wouldn't mind it. I might drop a little bit of cash on their and then with the points, is that Scotty Miller?
Since the game started, do you want to?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here.
So any closing statements?
Closing statements. I've been living in Jersey since October, and it's now January, and it's not so bad. The weather kind of fucking sucks, but it'll get better. The food's really good out here. Pizza's amazing. I think I make the best Mexican food in the state, and it's not talking shit about the restaurants. I think I just make pretty good Mexican food.
Yeah.
And Mexican food around here is just it's a little too far away from Mexico for it to be any good.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, Jersey's cool. Looking forward to moving back to California eventually sometime in the next 1 to 5 years.
Yeah, it's been fun hanging out in Jersey.
Next trip is going to be definitely me to Michigan. We'll make that
Probably
happen.
some golfing.
Yeah, we'll make that happen in a
Late
few
spring.
months. Yeah.
Do a weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice little weekend, little Friday to Monday.
For sure. So, all right, everybody. So you guys have a good one. I'm out for JT, and that's cut. We'll see y'all later.
There you go.